I am moving out of my first flat in London after graduating to my second flat, and I can't wait to get started. So let me start off by explaining what the context is for our move, and also a bit about the move itself and how this whole process will go down. So we have only been living in our current flat for a year. My fiance and I moved in literally the week after we came back from our holiday where we got engaged. So we spent all of our last year being engaged, living here together for the first time, and we love it here. It is 10 minutes from George's work, it's got beautiful high ceilings, and it honestly has just been the dream first apartment. And we were both very sad to leave, but our landlord wants to sell the flat, and after 2 months of searching and talking to estate agents and searching, we finally found our second dream apartment, and it has everything that we love about this apartment and more. So it's actually such a bittersweet moment to be saying goodbye to this flat but really excited to be moving to the new one. So the lease on this flat ends on the 30th of August, which is next Tuesday. Today is also Tuesday, so exactly 1 week's time. And our lease for the next apartment starts on the 7th of September. So we have a week in the middle where we've booked a storage container to take all of our belongings, and we'll keep it there for a week while George and I move in with my parents. I've taken this week off work with the primary aim of packing everything we own up into boxes to be ready for our move on Saturday. That's when we've rented a moving van, and that gives us a few days of leeway to make sure everything is properly done, also to give the whole place a deep clean, ready to hand over the keys. We spent a lot of the last year indoors working from home, so if I'm honest, our time in this flat has been quite mixed. So there's been a lot of really exciting moments, but also quite a lot of really sad moments too. And with all that, if I'm honest, we found it pretty difficult to keep the flat nice, especially when you're living here all the time. It's very easy to kind of leave things laying out, be a bit lazy with putting things away. And then when we started going back to work again, we found ourselves barely spending any time at home. It would be either at work or in the evenings with friends, and kind of come home just to fall asleep and then back out again. With that again, it was very difficult to keep the flat clean. So in some ways, although the flat itself is so lovely, it has felt a little bit suffocating. So I'm really taking this move as an opportunity to take stock of everything we own, and getting rid of all the excess stuff will mean that we get to enjoy the stuff that we do own even more. It also means that once I've taken out a lot of the things that we own from this place, I can properly show you what our first flat has looked like. I think I'll do like an empty house tour or something. I can also talk through what we've really enjoyed about this flat, what we're gonna miss, and what we're not gonna miss moving on to the new place. So that was a lot of ramble, and we need to get started with our packing now. I have a bit of a plan of attack. One thing that I have to keep reminding myself is that the aim of this week is to get everything packed up into boxes. I'm someone who finds it really easy to get distracted while tidying and packing. So I need to remind myself to keep focused and to not get derailed, as the end goal is to have everything in boxes rather than to make this flat particularly nice. So I think the first place that we're going to start with is clothes. So clothes has always been the bane of my life in this flat. They're intrinsically associated with a lot of memories, so they're quite hard to get rid of, but also have just accumulated over the last 5 years. And it's probably the one that I find most tricky to keep neat. When I'm trying on clothes in the morning, it is just kind of chucking everywhere. Find it really hard to get on top of our laundry, and especially to fold the clean laundry, put it away. All these different things have meant there are clothes everywhere in this apartment. There's the wardrobe, there's the rack here, there's the laundry in the bathroom, there's the clean laundry in the hallway, all these different things. My plan is to collate all the clothes together and categorize them by type, deciding which things I'm going to donate, going to sell, and going to keep. Before I get started, I'm going to do the laundry because I know I'm not going to get rid of anything here since I've worn it in the last week, and it's also something that can just be going in the background, creating lovely amounts of noise while I'm filming a video. What I'm going to be working with are these boxes, which my mum collected from FreeCycle, which is an online network that has existed for years and years and years, where people just donate or give away the things that they don't need anymore for free. So we have a ton of moving boxes here from someone who clearly had a very big move. So my mum collected, I think, over 20, 30 maybe, of these massive, really sturdy cardboard boxes. I took just 10 of them and lugged them all the way from my parents' home to here in London, or rather George lugged it across London very reluctantly, so that we had them here to work with. I was really hoping to not have to buy anything, especially anything that is single use for this move, so I'm really glad to have these. And I also have boxes that I already use around the flat for storage, which I can use. Okay, these boxes are so big. I was hoping that I had enough boxes, but I think with the size of these, 10 boxes is plenty. Look at how big that is. I could sit inside it. Okay, it's getting serious. Hair's going up. Good enough. Okay, so I'd say the tidying is going okay so far. What I've done so far is collect all the clothes around the flat that are not in my wardrobe and categorize them into pretty general categories. So there's George's clothes, there's my tops and my bottoms, and I think I'm getting a bit stuck because it doesn't feel sensible to pull everything out of my wardrobe that is currently organised, even though the end goal is to put things in boxes, just because the boxes that I have right now aren't the actual boxes. Nothing's been folded, everything's just been kind of dumped in. There's a mix of things I want and don't want. Kind of getting a little bit stuck with not just hoarding everything and bringing it all over to the next place. So haven't quite figured out how I want to deal with that yet. I think while I'm mulling that over, I'm gonna procrastinate slightly and disassemble this desk which we're taking with us. I want to move the clothes rack into the bedroom so that I can organise all the clothes in one room. I think that'll make it easier than kind of going back between the living room and the bedroom, back and forth. Oh my goodness. I love this little tool set from Muji. It has a handle and then all the different bits on it as well, so saves space and has everything you need. Okay, we got the clothing rack in. I also have my wardrobe here. To be honest, most of the clothes that I've worn in the last maybe 2 months aren't in this wardrobe at the moment. George's is, but we've been on holiday, we've been just busy up and about, so any clothes that I've worn I've just kind of thrown off and lived out of a suitcase, put it back in my suitcase rather than putting it back in the wardrobe. So there is a lot to go through. There is some semblance of organisation in certain parts. We're very lucky to have very high ceilings in this flat, so we do have a lot of space up there that I can't reach, with storage boxes that have like fancy clothes, winter clothes, things like that. So my job is to go through all of this, distill down what we actually want to take to the new place and pack it into a sensible format. Okay, this is everything from my wardrobe and from everything else. This box is obviously not full, that would be a ridiculous number of clothes if it was. My plan is to hang it all up on the rack so I can properly take a look, and then go from there. Okay, I think I've got all my top stuff hung up. What I can see from here is that I have an obscenely large number of white shirts. Maybe because I haven't found the right one yet. I keep thinking that I don't have any, so I keep getting them. But clearly I have white shirts. And a lot of my fun tops are cropped very short and therefore not able to wear to work, so I am thinking, how many of these do I hold on to, given that I can only really wear them on the weekends. This is stressful, but it does feel really good to get everything in one place, in one view. Let's start off with the most manageable pile. I didn't bother hanging this up because they're t-shirts, and I know I will keep most of these because I wear t-shirts to bed every day. I'm going to use bin bags because they're much bigger to start collecting my donations. These are some shirts that don't fit George anymore, and I'm really fighting with myself to figure out whether or not I should keep them for crafting with. And that's kind of the same trend with lots of different clothes, where I can't wear it at the moment, but if I DIY then I could, but I think that's just creating more work for myself at the moment, to be honest. And I feel like that to-do pile will just keep growing, so I'm gonna say goodbye today, and I know that these shirts will be better used by someone else. The clothes that I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna fold nicely and pack them into these boxes so I can transport these boxes directly, and they'll be all nicely organised. I hope whatever wardrobe I end up with, these boxes fit. It took me so long to find the right size for the current wardrobe that I have, so I'm hoping this works in a future place too. I've got rid of enough to fit all my basics and t-shirts, turtlenecks and things in just one box, which means I have another box to spare. What I think I'll start to do next is pull out items that I'm really excited about, and any items that are left we'll then figure out what to do with. So these are the clothes I'm definitely keeping, and the rest of them I'm gonna have a think about whether, even if I'm not excited about them, they serve a purpose, and if not, I will get rid of them. Okay, I'm done with the tops, and this is what I'm left with. So I have a box of basics and t-shirts that I sleep in, a box of fun tops, and these are the hanging things that I'm keeping. So I have these shirts and these jumpers, and that's it. And I've managed to generate this first massive bag of donations, which is a really good start. The next category of clothes I'm going to tackle are coats, blazers, jackets, and that sort of thing. Okay, first thing will be to check pockets and things. So coats and jackets are all done. There are a few blazers that have matching skirts hanging around somewhere, and I want to reunite them before I pack them into boxes. So stuff them back in the wardrobe for now, and we'll move on to shoes next. Whew, okay, shoes was pretty easy. There were 3 pairs that I just don't wear anymore, so they are going to charity. I'm going to take a break and have dinner now, and then we'll pick this back up with George because he's back from work. This is George, my fiance. He's just come back from work and we've had dinner. We're gonna carry on working on the living room this evening. There are some things that I need George's help to do. I can't do while you're at work. We're going to pack up a lot of the things that are just out, organise them first, and then get them into boxes. Like we did at the same time. I'm going to start collecting all of our board games.
This seems wise.
Because I think they're pretty sturdy and can handle going in the same box.
Agreed.
Do you have any other sets of cards I'm missing? There might be something from City's holiday that we need to pack up. Look! George, Lake District cards.
Very cute.
Ooh, this is a bit too tall. Ooh, it's too tall. Should I put some of my canvases in here?
Yes, I was thinking.
What other size canvases do I have?
Canvases, these ones over here. You have a lot of
I'm
canvases.
going to put this in another box.
Okay. Take them a bit at a time then. Which ones? How many? 2? Board games, Lego, and sofa cushions.
Board games, Lego. Is there anything else?
There's some Xbox games.
Not the Xbox itself.
Oh, all the canvases.
And sofa cushion.
Sofa cushions.
Is that alright?
Yeah, that's really handy.
Okay, we can keep adding to it. Okay, I'm just going to pass you big books and you're going to just double check that we want to keep all of them. Okay, go. Are you happy with me dating your cards? I date all of my cards. Do you want me to do the same for you?
Yeah, could you?
So you can see what year they're from. Okay, so it's getting late. I'm starting to peter out, but we've made really good progress today. Let me talk you through what we've done. So, got some of the living room packed up. We've got 2 massive boxes filled, which is really good. We've started to make some progress with like our collection of small things that just accumulate from meals out, receipts, tickets, all those sort of things. We've started to categorize them. Made really good progress on the bookshelf. Clothes, we've gone through shoes, coats, jackets and tops. Tomorrow we have George's stuff, we have dresses to do. We've still got the kitchen, the bathroom, our storage cupboard. Still a lot to do, but good progress for day 1. And I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to bed.